Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another review video, and here we have the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Hasbro Pulse exclusive in space Psycho Green Ranger, which is a little misleading because it's not really in space Psycho Green Ranger, because this is a comic figure from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comic series by Boom Studios. So this is not an actual character from the TV show, it is a character from the comic book. So I'm not sure why it says in space. I guess just because the other ones were originally from in space. I'm not really sure, but Hasbro Pulse finally got to me. It just takes so long because it's FedEx ground from the East Coast, so it just takes a crazy long time. So there is the package, similar to all the Lightning Collection packages you can see there. And because it is an exclusive, we don't kind of get that white background. We get the color all around it. There is a look at the figure on the back of the package. Nothing else really going on there. So let's now get this thing opened up. Okay, and here is the Psycho Green Ranger figure out of the package, and to be honest, it's not really anything special other than the actual character himself, because we got this figure basically released two times. We have the GameStop exclusive Psycho Blue, and then the fan channel exclusive 2-pack with Lost Galaxy Red and In Space Red Psycho Ranger. So this figure is the exact same thing. The only difference between all of these releases is the weapon itself. And then on top of that, the whole 5-pack of In Space Psycho Rangers is getting released August 1st as an Amazon exclusive box set. So we are getting a second blue, a second red. Not that big of a deal, but yes, it does suck for those that already bought red and blue. Maybe if they bought red for the Lost Galaxy Red just to get that Psycho Ranger, you know, I'm not really sure. So it does suck in some ways. It's the typical thing that toy companies do, especially Hasbro. But it is nice to also get one whole entire team in one box set. Just like that, you have a whole team completed. So that is really cool. Now let's get in close to take a closer look at the Psycho Green Ranger, because I actually haven't reviewed any of the Psycho Rangers. So this is actually going to be very new for me, but a lot of you guys may already have seen reviews on those figures. So this may not be new, but bear with me. Okay, so here is an up-close look at the Psycho Green Ranger. Now, it's one of those things where, unfortunately, you can't find it in store unless you believe the one that found it in Walmart, which I think some other images came out. Maybe somebody else found a case at a random Walmart in Texas. So if it's a true, my apologies, me being a dumbass and not believing, just immediately dismissing it. However, it still seemed extremely unlikely that this, as a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, would randomly show up at a Walmart. It's still very hard for me to believe, but hey, maybe it really happened. I don't know. That's me going back and, you know, apologizing to whoever that person is if that is the case. Because I guess I could be wrong. You know, it is what it is. Anyway, because you can't see it, can't pick it up for yourself in the store, you kind of have to watch out for paint apps. Now, I know some people got some ones with their helmet with kind of shitty paint apps. Mine isn't terrible, but you could see like the green line right here and then right over here. This one seems a little bit thinner than this one. Not a big issue for me, but when it doesn't line up, that's definitely an issue because it really stands out. I was fortunate enough that mine wasn't too bad. You guys let me know down in the comments below how your guys's might have come out. But I'm very fortunate that mine came out okay. And as you can see around, the paint apps itself look pretty good. I have no complaints there. Green on the white there, on this side here as well. The silver right there is okay. The gold right there is okay. The little silver throughout the torso is good. No complaints there. Looks like there's a little bit of silver on those shoulders. No issues there, so can't complain. The green there, and then one of the things that's weird, anytime you have a white figure, it seems like a lot of dirt and smudges kind of show up. So that's going to be normal. So I'm not too concerned about that. But there we have there, and then we have the same electricity effect hand that all the Psycho Rangers come with, and then additional accessories. He has this green blast effect. This is not anything new. We've seen this multiple times. I think a yellow one came with the very first White Ranger in Wave 1, and then we get additional interchangeable hands. So out of the package, he has an open left holding hand. Focus. He has an additional opening hand on his left hand, and then he has the power effect on his right. So then he comes with an interchangeable open right hand so he can hold his dagger. Focus. There we go. And a fist for his left hand. And then here we have his weapon, which is this green dagger, as you can see there, which really reminds me of the dragon dagger itself. Has a very similar look, same colors to it. That looks really, really nice. So now let's take a look at his articulation. Okay, so I just wanted to get a little bit closer look at this dagger because I think it just looks really nice. I really like the way the green and that silver really stand off of it. And then we get a little bit of gold in there, which looks really good as well. And this is kind of that same logo that's on like their belt portion, which I guess would be like the morpher or whatever, but it's not really a morpher, right? So it does look really, really nice. I like the way it came out. Okay, so articulation for Psycho Green, his chest armor piece, which is this rubber piece that's over the torso sculpt itself. And I get why they did that, because then, you know, you can get a little bit more movement in the arms and whatnot. Usually most companies you would see just a hard plastic piece there. But because of that, you're not going to get much movement in the head. So he's only going to look up that much, and he's only going to look down that much. That's going to be a combination of things. This chest armor piece, and like most Power Rangers Lightning Collection, his head is probably too low on that ball peg. It gives him no neck. So that's unfortunate there. He can turn to the side, as you can see there. There's not really any pivot going on in that neck, however. Shoulders, you can go to up that high there. You can get a full rotation. Obviously, be careful of that armor. It is rubber, so it kind of moves around, but I'm worried about some paint rub with doing that. But you could do it. There is an upper bicep swivel in there. You get a double jointed elbow, which works extremely well, as you can see there. That is quite nice. Wrist swivel, and they do hinge. So we have the diaphragm rocker, so we can tilt and pivot to the side that much, tilt and pivot to the other side that much. He can go back that much, he can go forward that much, and you get that waist, or not that waist, but you get that swivel in there since there is no waist swivel. There is also the inverted ab crunch, so that can crunch down that much, and then with the diaphragm rocker you could get him to go back that much. Forward, I meant. Going back, you get that much in there, so that is pretty good. Again, no waist swivel because you have the swivel at the diaphragm. Legs go out that far apart, so not a huge amount, but it's decent. Leg can kick forward that much. The leg doesn't really go back. You have an upper thigh cut there. You have a double jointed knee, which works like so. There is a boot swivel, and it's kind of weird because it seems like it goes a little bit deep into this boot, but it is there, and that kind of gets... Well, I guess it doesn't really get in the way of the knee, but it's there. It's kind of bulky, though. Foot hinges all the way down, as you can see there. Goes up slightly, ankle pivot, and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So good articulation. Same articulation that we see with all the Lightning Collection figures. So the articulation itself is getting old, but it is still very good articulation. So don't get me wrong there. It's just the same thing that we see with all of the figures. And I think now I forget to mention there is a butterfly joint, so you can get the arm to go back quite a bit. And going forward, it's not a whole lot because it runs right into that armor piece, but definitely going back you get a lot more, which seems to be the case with most figures on that butterfly joint. Okay, and even though they aren't part of the same team, here is the red and blue Psycho Rangers next to the Green Ranger. This is my first time opening up the Red Ranger. That one actually belongs to my son. I haven't opened mine. But my red has super sloppy paint, like on the helmet and then on the armor, and then the white of the collar is really bad. So I'm glad that my green Psycho Ranger actually came out pretty nicely. So I know that there are horror stories in terms of paint apps with the Hasbro Lightning Collection. I've been fortunate enough to where I really haven't had too many issues, but I'm curious, you guys let me know all of your experiences with them down in the comments below. Once I get the Amazon 5-pack, I will have all of them again together. I'll do a comparison of the red and the blue versus the new red and the blue. Hope to get it soon. When it first went up for pre-order, I noticed that there was an Amazon warehouse deal with a damaged box for like 70 bucks. So I saved 30 bucks on it. So I was thinking also maybe it would ship early, but it didn't. So I can't wait to get those because the team is just going to look great together. And we finally get a pink and yellow. And I know Bandai did the Psycho Rangers. They did them all, except they did not do pink and yellow, right? I think they did all of the other ones. Towards the end, they even did green as a Comic-Con exclusive, and then they did silver as a Entertainment Earth exclusive at Comic-Con. There were some things, but Hasbro has now given us the full team. I know Silver, I didn't watch that episode. My son watched that episode and told me about it. Silver wasn't really a Psycho Ranger. I think it was just a disguise, right? But you guys can correct me down in the comments below. But there are the Psycho Rangers that they have released, and they are all exactly the same. Okay, so that is my review of the In-Space Psycho Green Ranger. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you think of this figure. Did you order it? Did you pass on it? Do you think it will show up at Walmart's again? I'm curious what you guys think, because I've heard that these will not get restocked and that they are all gone, which seems pretty crazy to me that they would only have one production run and not have more available later on. We'll see how that goes. Who knows what Hasbro is really doing with their Power Rangers line. It just kind of seems all over the board. Sometimes, you know, we get figures that come out and are found in places before they're even officially announced. So a lot of crazy things going on. If you guys read the comic storyline with Trek, the Green Ranger, you guys let me know how that goes. It seemed pretty interesting that, you know, he went sent to the moon to awaken Rita Repulsa by Dark Spectre, who created him, of course, and then he was attacked by all other Rangers. And then he killed off the first Ranger team, which is in the comics. Again, it's the whole thing. So it was all pretty interesting stuff. I had kind of read through that and it seemed very interesting. But I want to know what you guys think of that storyline. If you guys like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.